Hello, hello. We're back. I'm actually in a trade, trying to manage it. What a horrible day, price action wise, to be honest. Let me check if everything is okay. I'm so unprepared now. I am unprepared now. Let me quickly do this. Sorry, guys. I need to get the chat up. Come on, chat. Why are you not working? Why are you not working? Why are you giving me a hard time? What's going on? I am live. I know I'm live, but I need my chat. I need to see what I want to chat with my people. Hello, Daji. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm a little bit late. How are you? How's it going? Hello, hello. Are you trading? Did you have? It was not a nice price action today, right? In New York session. It's a little bit challenging, to be honest. But who knows? We might get a good trade in the last hours. But I think it's just going to be same, but just in the direction that it's going to. But yeah, how are you doing? NQ looks very bullish, to be honest, right? It's on a mission to go up, and but it's sort of like hard to get in because you don't know if it slams down and it just makes little movements, and then it's not very favorable, to be honest, to be in it. Have you been trading, Daji? I hope I could. I'm always struggling with your name a little bit, to be honest. I'm always like, do I say it correctly? But anyway, you know that I'm talking to you, right? If I say Daj, Daji, Daj, there's only one Daj. That's you. So bullish on. I was actually thinking that gold might make its way to the downside a little bit, but I'll check. I'm actually in a trade still on NQ, but I wish I wasn't actually in it, to be honest. I really don't like this price action. And it's sort of like it becomes a gamble at some point because even though it's going up, it doesn't really move in a very nice way. But I'm just leaving it on and let my stop loss do the job if necessary. So it is what it is, right? I'm almost passing an evaluation, so that's why I got a little bit impatient. I have that too sometimes, and then I should not have entered that last trade. I should have just let it go because the price action is just not as favorable. Even though you know what price action is going to do, it is just very unfavorable. You can see it on my screen, right, on the 15 minute. I put the 15 minute on just to show how that looks. That says enough. That says more than enough. But then again, So it's almost weekend. We have had a full week, and weekend is almost here. I mean, I don't mind. I like the trading week as well, but it's also nice to have. I can work on videos on the weekend, for example. I have more time to do that instead of during the week. The day is, well, this week was really crazy, but I'm looking forward to make some content again and things like that. So, yeah. What about you guys? Let me know. Have you been in a trade? Anyone traded today? What are you looking at? I'm in a long in NQ, but I'm not really happy about it. I'm sort of thinking maybe to wait after 1:30, but on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, I got in, so I just need to let it work. But I'm aiming for, let me show you my levels. Was it 606? 25,606 is my TP that I have in mind. But it's not doing anything. It's just hanging around. Yeah, it just doesn't move at all. It was quite annoying. My entry wasn't also I did it on my account, not on here, because I didn't think it would take so long. I thought I would be out before the stream starts. So where did I get in? Let me show you guys, and I'll go over gold as well, because we might miss we might have a good entry. This is, by the way, I'll get into that later. Let me just not overwhelm anyone. And yeah, let me know if you guys did anything today. But yeah, price action was not easy. I mean, at 8:15 we had this nice move, and since then, this is the 15-minute, guys. That is not an easy. There is just consolidation and one move up. So where did I get in? I think I got in when it retest of the 10 o'clock again. So it's just, this is just it, and it's just not moving really. So I saw this retest here, boom, and then I got in thinking it would start moving, but then yeah, I sort of like got in this move when it was in the move up, and it was sort of like at the top. So here, somewhere here. So I'm in the green though, but yeah, this is my aim here. So if you're here still after, what time was this? 11:30, and it's almost 1. Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours. So it's just very annoying. But it is what it is. I mean, and I'm not getting out now. So, but yes. Well, let's see now. Let me see if I'm going to over gold. I'm just sort of thinking to get out of the trade and to re-enter later on. I'm just sort of like, so I can focus on you guys and go over gold and stuff like that. Let me just see what's doing now. What am I going to do? Okay, let me just, is anyone, I'm just really curious if you guys have done anything, did you trade anything, or just watch this horrible price action? So I was bearish for gold today, and I hoped it would go up a little bit and then make its way down later on. So let's see, maybe we can get a nice short. I'm in a long on NQ already. I don't see any good entry. If I don't want to frame anything to get anyone excited on NQ, to be honest, because it's already sort of like here, and you know, it's sort of hard to get in. And you know, I got in, where was it? Somewhere here. No, yeah, it was somewhere here. So I don't see any good entry if I would frame it now. So I don't want to get anyone excited for a trade that is just really not. Unless you guys see something, then take it. But I don't want to get anyone in a trade that is not favorable. Yeah. See, it's going down now. It's sort of like, it's just wicking here. Here we go. See, it's just not doing, it's just horrible price action. Yeah, I'm getting out, and I'm gonna let this be because I'm done. I don't like this. Not my cup of tea anymore. I should not even have gotten in, to be honest. So yeah. But anyway, let's go over gold quickly, because that might be more well, we might get another chance on NQ, but gold. What have you been doing? I'm gonna get rid of everything. I just want to show you this wick here, this candle, the daily candle now. Do you guys see this? What's happening? It's interesting, right? Now, what's happening with the daily? Just want to show that. Now, I thought with gold that we would go inside this area and then either we would go down, but it has not been doing a lot besides hitting. It hit the 66 level of fair value gap, and then it went up and it just hung around in this area, right? So I think it's going to use the PM session just to move up as it looks now, right? So it just hasn't done much, but just it's going to move up from now on. So I'm more interested maybe in a long in gold. Let me just quickly let me see what the daily is doing in this wick again. It's really hard price action. It's really not easy, guys. So if you've been struggling today, don't worry. It's not you. Really not. You really are not alone. Here we go. Okay, 0.5 again. Okay, that was earlier today. Also with gold, I'm a little bit like, if it will go up, okay, but I would really like to see some bullish price action, but I'm not seeing it in a lower time frame. But with this daily candle now, sort of like literally all the way now reversing to the upside. Let's see if we can frame a trade maybe to this area here. On the other hand, with gold, I think in the month, let me see, where are you? Oh, yeah, that's here, this one. I do believe with the IPTA ranges, like here, I think the rest of the month we will go back into the range here, and at least in the OTE levels. But hey, I'm a little bit disappointed in the price action today, in all honesty. I thought it would be better, but anyway. Let me see. I want to know how you guys are doing. Hello, Dottie. Hey, Eugene. Yeah, it was a good week. I was doing some stuff on my eval, and I almost passed it, and then I got in NQ, so I gave a little bit back just now, so I got a little bit impatient. I thought, oh, before the stream gets on, let me just pass this eval on NQ, because I was doing pretty good, but then this last trade, it's not nice price action, but it was a good week. How about you, Dottie? How did you do? Yeah. I was just showing the gold. I was just where's my gold? Look at the it's almost reversing fully, right? I was actually thinking that gold might go into the fair value gap first and then make its way down for today. That was actually my expectation, but not really. I guess it's now just either just going to maybe do nothing, not even go into this area here and just create another daily this kind of candle, right? So for me, it's really hard to frame a good trade now on gold. And I'm bullish on NQ though. So I am bullish for it to go higher into the, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it might go all the way up here. So, but I don't know if it's wise. Oh, look at that, Nasdaq. Oh, this is my DTT. Let me put on my DTT as well. DTT confirms that AMRP 602-ish. So we'll see. I think gold is a little bit weird I think I would rather, if I'm going to set up a trade, it might be on NQ, I guess, because it's sort of like more clear to me that it will go to the upside. But yeah. Yeah, Eugene, you have no complaints, right? I mean, that would be really, if you would end up bad on this week, with that, you got two really good trades on gold today. This week, I mean. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, this chair is not really, I need to buy a new chair, I think. If I sit in this chair too long, it gets sort of uncomfortable, I think. I think that's the right way to put it. I've put a, it's actually a really nice chair though. It looks pretty. I mean, it's from the guy that I rent the house from. I think it's not a cheap chair, but it's just not, I just don't sit well in it, I guess. I'm a little bit too small for it, but, nice. But anyway, it's the end of the week. I miss the if there's no market, but now I like it when it's weekend because then I can make some videos or content which I just don't have the time for during the week. So I guess that's now nice to do. Are you guys doing something nice in the weekend? You have some plans or just back testing and doing trading related? Well, I'm not sure. Oh, Daji, I got exams. I might take a month break or so. This must be my last section for now. Oh, session for now. Oh, that's good, Daji. If you got exams and focus on that, yeah, that is good. I know you're very young, and I sort of thought when you told us your age that you might still be in school, but that's good. That's okay. Just come say hi when you're back, when you're ready, and when you have time. The market will be here. Don't you worry about that. So that's all good. Yeah, I mean, exams is always like, I know my time, I always like waited. I wasn't really, I always waited till the last moment. So I had to study a lot, you know, just before the exams. I was sort of managed it at the last moment, but I could have done better if I was, if I planned it a little bit better. But hey, you know, you're young and you've got not enough time for everything you want to do. Yeah, but I remember those days, and always nervous when the results came back. Yeah. Gosh, this price, I think this price action is even worse than, was it the session that we had, that we set from, it was 1 o'clock as well, all the way to 4 o'clock, that there was nothing happening. But, I do think there might be a spike up or something at some point. So what I did, mark here is the potential TGIF levels, but you know what I think what might happen is at some point that NQ just sort of like trickles up and doesn't even make the TGIF, the retracement back into the weekly range. It might do that Sunday open, and then but let's see. We don't need to trade, by the way. Don't need to do it. We don't need to do that. Okay, let's see what gold is doing. So today, what happened was really weird. I had like on London Session, I got quite a bit of subscribers, but I think YouTube did a check, and apparently there were some bots in it because it was really like over. I think it was more than average, and from some point, at one point, there was like 179, and then boom, it went back to 173, and someone told me that YouTube does the checks, and then if they see some subscribers that are either bots or something, then that you can see a sudden drop because such an amount is weird, right? In one time, I didn't know that that was a thing, but apparently it is. So if people are asking me now if I'm AI, I don't know. A friend was, I think his name is Francis. I haven't seen him, by the way. I'm actually now. When I get like a subscriber, I should ask, "Hey, are you AI? Are you a bot?" Apparently, it's possible. So, but yeah, that was funny. I think a lot of people already started their weekend right after this price section, and they're done already. Um, we'll give it some time, but if it really stays really nasty, I think we should not make the stream too long. I guess, right? I mean, there's no point in just looking at it. And um, and then obviously the Discord is still in the making. I made all the channels today, so that's up and running. So Eugene, we'll be in touch, right? For in the weekend, maybe. I hope we can, because I'm just struggling with those bots and those permissions. And I think I might. I think it's not that difficult, but there's just some things that I really want to set up correctly before I get everyone in, and then some things might not be correct, and then it looks very unprofessional, I guess. But bear with me, people. It will be done. Latest somewhere in the beginning of next week. I promise. Yeah, gold is really. I mean, it's for me quite um something to frame. I actually don't even want to look at gold anymore because it's just too for these last few hours. I think I'm just going to stick to NQ for now because I do think there's more potential to the upside for this move to continue continuation move than what is gold offering at the moment. Yeah. I'm on the 1 minute. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can frame something. We have a wick here. This looks very bullish, right? Okay, let me go over some calculations. What I did. So I use this as manipulation move as a calculation, and then the fib obviously is really higher time frame, and then I graded this area here to make it a little bit smaller. But what you could also do is do the same here and do a fib on this one, and then see if there's some overlap. I sometimes just play with that just to see. Um, Now again, guys, you know that I love my 1/3 and my 125. So this overlap here. So this has my. I think it's a little bit high, but it's possible, right? And it overlaps with the 1/3 level, which is my favorite. And then I just try this one here to see if. So it's just I just look at the manipulation moves that have been occurring, just to see if I can find any logic. And this is one around here, 0.5 we already hit. So, and then I look at some other stuff that I have on other screens, if I can find anything. So this level here is 736. Eugene, have you gone over levels on NQ, ranges and stuff like that for today? Just curious if anyone else has some ideas. I think I wouldn't go further on NQ than 620, 25, 620. That will be my TP for today. If I would enter a trade again, 620 would be the max. I wouldn't go any higher, I think. Now anything's possible, right? Anything is possible. 620, yeah, I think 620 would be my max. But hey, what was the level the 33? 700, 707, 702, 707. Yeah, I'm just, for me, it is just, what did I just say? I'm, I'm tired this week, I guess. Where are you? Where are you now? I need to write it down. 620. Okay, 620 is the max. If I'm going to take a trade on NQ along, it's just going to be to 25, 620. That's it, not anything else. 620, and what do I have here on calculations? This is 637. Okay. 637. 620, and we are now at 556. Okay, well, let's see if we can get a pullback on the lower time frame. Why do I have only this screen? Something is wrong. Okay, here we go. $620, but we could also go back into the range, right, and go for the TGIF levels. So anything is possible because we are at a 1/3 level now as well, right? And I'm just suddenly thinking, oh, we are at a 1/3 here. What if price is not going any further, and we are going into the range, which will be, let's mark the weekly range and pretend that this is the weekly range. Or are we going to go higher? No, it looks like we're not done yet, right? This cannot be it's not going to stop here. This looks too weird. I don't know if it's really if there will be any a possibility for A plus setup. The only thing that I'm thinking about is that it could be time based more. So let's see if there is. Then I would rather go to my other screen. My let me see. Oh, here's another 6. What did I say? 620, 637, 603. Not this screen. Where are you? I would rather make it time based in a situation like this. So I use my TPO. So I use my root candles here, and these are my AMRP level. Oh, here also, look here, 604. Yeah, I wouldn't go higher than 620. I said 620, so it's still in this AMRP zone. If I would make a trade on NQ, it would be fully using the root candles, a retest of a root candle, and then a move to the upside, I guess. I cannot frame anything else because it's just consolidation and just, shitty price action. So we'll have a look. It's 1:30 now, so we might get a run, might start running. But we want a retest of something, right? We want something to be retested or like a confirmation for the move up, because just trickling up is just not really good enough for us. So we have when was this high formed? This high was formed at 12:20, 12:51, and we are at 1:30 now. And also, in a model like this, you have more confirmation to the upside when it hits. For example, when you want it to go to AMRP plus, the best trades are the ones that hit the AMRP minus first, and then in the same model go up to. You can see how low probability is today, right? It goes to one AMRP level, the minus, but it doesn't hit in the same model. It doesn't hit the AMRP plus. Same here. Here it doesn't even hit. Well, it hits here the plus, but not even the minus. And here, same thing. It only hits the minus, the plus, but not the minus. So that is really low probability. That is really, like, for example, this is a good trade here. It hits the open, and then it goes back into the other range. It tells you exactly how large the ranges are most likely to be, and here it plays out perfectly. But that was the only clear trade, literally, and from that on it was just. And also what you see here is stacked root candles. Stacked root candles mean consolidation. That's a very significant thing. And also here, one root candle here, another root candle here means consolidation. So that's very low probability. Where did I enter my first trade? It was a retest of the 10 o'clock. I think it was right over here. Yeah, right over here. So I got in. I thought, retest. Now we're going to see better price action, because that's what a lot of the times you see that during lunch, when you have price action like this, and sometimes then during lunch you get a good move. So I got chopped up a little bit, and I thought, I got my retest. I got a retest of the 10 o'clock. Which is a valid retest. I mean, that you can use those times as retest things, just like a breaker and other things. And you'll see if you start using them that they are reliable. And yeah, it is sort of reliable. We technically didn't go underneath it, but I market ordered in. I saw it, and I market ordered in a little bit late. Then I went in drawdown here. Then I went out of drawdown, but then it was. I mean, I had to go in the stream, and I was just up a little bit, and just for over, being in 1.5 hours, and I just got, I have to get out because I just don't want to be in a trade like that. So I got out. So it was not a good trade. Technically, it was a retest, but yeah, not the ones that I want to be in. Anyway, yeah. Well, so let's see. 137. We did not really get a move out of it. the model, the average range, the average model. Oh, let me put it to 9. No, I'll leave it at 5 today because we have the range is not very big today. Normally the model goes 126 points, so you can tell here, right? 120. We only move 41 points, so we're under average. Let me look at the other model. So every model has a name, right? This is model 101. This is the lunch, and this is I have to look. But hey, why do I have 2 here? Oh, we're moving. I just want to see what all the other models, and then I can have an idea of how. Oh, why? Oh, here it is. Lunch did do its normal. Model 110 is -10. Model 11 -20. US gave it normal. Okay. Okay. I'll take it off again because I don't want it on. I'll take it off. Sometimes it tells you because if everything is under average, you might get the last move might be it sort of like corrects itself. So that's why I'm looking at it just to see how much are we under average. That's the only reason. Here we go. Okay. That's the only reason. Oh. Yeah. Truth Seeker is it at night at your location? Well, yes, it is. It is at night. It's night here. You are correct. It is exactly. Let me check. 20 to 8. So I live in South Africa, but it does get dark here very quickly. It's very funny because I used to. Sometimes when I do the AM session, New York, it is 3:30 here, so it's light, and a lot of people said, "Hey." They look in its light and suddenly it's dark and it goes like boom very fast. Standard repo facility has no money. I would like to see the Fed's next play. These conditions won't last. Yeah. But we had. I mean, the news was pretty good. It gave a nice move, especially at 8:30. I also took a few trade on golds, pretty good ones. I gave back a little bit on the NQ, not this one that I laid out, but yeah, it was just I'm still in the green though, but I should not have done those last ones. But anyway, but yes, True Seeker, where are you from? I guess daylight somewhere, right? I guess you can hear the nightlife, the crickets, and you can see some insects going around my head now because summer is starting. Yeah. Well, at least we have some. The weather's getting a little bit better here. Oh, you're in New York. Oh, it's getting cold where you are now, right? I know some other New Yorkers are complaining that it's starting to get colder. Yeah. Yeah, I like the weather. Well, normally here winter time is, when now it's really summer, but it's too hot. If I go to the beach, when you really have a summer day, we cannot, you cannot walk over the sand without any slippers or stuff like that. But in the winter, that's actually the time that we can sunbathe. It's like in Europe, if you would have a good autumn, a good spring day, you know, nice weather, nice and just a little bit chilly at night, but daytimes are nice and sunny. That's actually winter time here. But now, oh my God, it's been so cold. But not in winter, but actually when the winter stopped and when summer is supposed to start here, or actually spring, we should say. But I have the heater on, crazy, and the wind. Oh my God, it just insane. So, but anyway, I mean, it's just a luxury problem, right? Talking about the weather, complaining about the weather. We're not going to do that. There's too many important things in life to consider, right? Yeah. But I hope that whole situation with the government and that shutdown and those kind of things that will soon be sorted again, and that we get normal markets or normal, just markets that we are a little bit easier to navigate. Let me put it that way, right? Yeah. But I do think it's good to learn now in these. Gold seemed like it bearish. Yeah, my idea for gold was actually I thought it would go into that range. Sure, I'll go back to it. Yeah, but I don't trust it, to be honest now. I think it's bearish. Yeah, it should be. But I was hoping it would go into this fair value gap maybe, and then go down and take out these highs first and then make its way. But it did go to a 0.5 level. It did hit but that was already earlier today. And then I thought it would go down into. It is giving more a clearer direction than I guess NQ right now, right? We have a fair value gap here. We've got equal lows. And we thank you for pointing that out, True Seeker. I'm just not convinced. I would say bearish because of this, but then I don't know. This might be just a retracement as well. Let me check NQ quickly. I've got some business, unfinished business with NQ. Look at this. Okay. 1 o'clock. 1:30. We are not in a fair value gap. This is just a very tricky area, right? All these candles here and rejection here. It's higher time frame consolidation. Yeah, but in all honesty, I really love. I must say that today is a day that gold might not be so favorable because but the trades so far. Hey, gold is. I'm really falling in love is a big word, but I really start to like gold. It's very clean, and no, definitely. It'll be on the menu every day. And yeah, I'm also thinking maybe at some point looking at oil. I used to do that a little bit, but then I thought, let's just stick to NQ. But I think it's good to branch out a little bit and maybe analysis for crypto as well. But yeah, in the Discord, I made all, I did NQ and Gold obviously got their separate channels, but obviously I also made some for Forex and other option stocks and stuff like that, for anything people want to post. So yeah, it's good to learn and just have be open to other options. It's a nice wordplay, I guess. But it's funny to call myself. It's like I am. Well, I guess I am a gold trader now. Yes, I trade gold. That's why I think I like this color for the root candles, because even though this Nasdaq, I'm going to keep them like this because it looks like gold, right? The root candles. So um, now are we going to move up or what? It's I really wouldn't know where to enter now on NQ. It's really difficult to read it. It will be a gamble now. It would be a gamble. And we don't do that. We try not to do that. There was a beautiful, let me look it up on YouTube, and it is from Mark Douglas, and he's into psychology, and I'll post it in the Discord as well because I think it's Douglas. I think he was in my. And it was so good, and I just thought, let me just listen to it, and because I thought of it when I saw the channel come by. I thought, oh, that might be a good one to maybe to reference as a psychology tip. And I just started listening, and it was so good that I was really impressed, and I thought, wow. We all know these things, but it's always good to hear it again. Where is it? What's the name of the channel? I must have it in history, I guess. I think it was a suggestion, so I don't have it. I'm not subscribed, I guess. I thought I was when I saw it. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, I'll find it. Hold on. Okay, Douglas Teachings. I've got it. This guy, I'm going to put the link in the chat. And which one did I listen to this morning? I'll just put it in the chat, and I'll find the one that I just listened to this morning. But it was really good. This was the one. Douglas Teaching for anyone who is interested in psychology and something that really is worthwhile. And let me find then the one that I was listening to. That was. On which channel was my history? Okay, so the one that I was looking at this morning, that was this one. Let me, mm, 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 mm. And I can highly recommend that. And I know there were a few people this week that were struggling with over trading and stuff like that. So the last one was I just was listening this morning. I said, "Wow, that was really it was good to hear it again, and it really made me also aware of actually the growth that I have made, and also the things that I still have to work on." So yeah. Well, I'll put that in the Discord as well. All those YouTube links that are interesting. There's so much, for free. There's so much online already for free. It's just actually quite amazing. I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think gold is should be a short now, right? But I don't know. I just don't know where to enter. Let me take a look at the high time frame. Okay. Now, if I take the weekly range right here, we're bearish. Did we take out a low? No, we did not, right? So for now, this is the weekly range. Did I calculate it correctly? No, I did not. Here we go. Okay, you need to go. Everything needs to go. Um, okay, let's see. I think it's already hovering yeah. So this is what I mean, right? So these are the TGIF levels. So you've got the 20%, the 30%, the 40% of the weekly range. And why I'm not too eager to enter in gold now is because actually it's been hovering around already in this area since Tuesday. Unless we are going to take out a low and then we go back into the range, then it's interesting. But it seems to be just hanging around in the TGIF area already since Thursday, since Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we did go out of it. We took out. We did take out. Oh, we actually did take out Friday. That was Friday. Friday took out Wednesday, and then we went back into the range here. So I guess we can consider, we took out a low here, and we are back in the range here. So I don't expect too much for gold, to be honest. But hey, it could be wrong. Who knows? It might fall out of this range and take these lows. But it really needs to leave 40.94. I'll put an alarm here and have a look again at. Yeah, let me do that. Why can't I put an alarm in? Why are you not doing that? You're making my life hard. Okay, well. Okay, guys, just keep me posted. 1494. That's the level I want to look at. So technically, when you see those levels already, when you watch Thursday and you see that those levels, or you can already grade the weekly range, right? But if in Thursday the price hangs around in those 20, 30, 40% levels, and you see it already not leaving it and being in that area, it's already sort of like a sign for Friday that TGF might not be very optimal. If you start tracking that, you'll see that that'll give you some information already, and you can already see it here. That we went out of a little bit here, but Thursday, you see, the whole of Thursday we were actually already in the range the whole time, right here. So yeah, so that's why I'm a little bit hesitant not to touch it too much. Yeah, yeah, my journaling has really sort of like taught me when I see this, and now again we are in here. I think we have to let go of gold for now, and wish her a good weekend and tell her we'll be back. Yeah, unless it would really fall out. But also the AMRP levels, here these are also very significant. The AMRP plus is here, AMRP high, low is here, and we're below it. Yeah. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm just thinking maybe I'll give I want to look at NQ for a long, but also not too exciting about it. I'm really not that exciting about it, about anything in the charts, to be honest. Don't know about you guys, if you see something that really excites you, but I'm trying to, but I'm really trying to make something of it, but it's pretty hard. I really have to start lying, I think, if I really want to frame or make it sound nicer. Imagine that you have to do that. That's your job, right? You have to be you have to frame something and it has to sound genuine, and you have to be very exciting about it. Yeah. That's really difficult now. But I'm also looking here and I'm seeing that it's sort of like hovering around again at 1/3 level and not going over it. So maybe it's not going anywhere, and maybe it's just this is it for NQ. Could be. So then my beautiful 25,620 is not in play, and certainly not my 637 is not in play. And then maybe TGIF is in play. Let's have a look. I did not do that. I did not frame that properly, did I? What is your weekly range, NQ? What is your weekly range? Do I have a better chart to do that on? Let's do your weekly range. Let us see what you have in store for us. That is a beautiful candle, isn't it? Look at that beautiful candle. You are beautiful. It's a beautiful long candle. Ooh, you're so pretty. Now let's give you some TGIF. We'll give you some TGIF. There you go. You are bullish, so we are going to give you this. And then we go back to the file. Now, So these, the blue lines are, this is 20% of the weekly candle, and this is 30, and this is 40%. So technically, when price would fall back in, when it would go short, it would fall back into this range. I'm wondering if I did it correctly. I just want to double check. Hold on. Just need to check. Can I get rid of all these levels? I don't need it anymore. Where's Monday? Monday. Yes. Okay. So Monday we made the low. Okay, we got the N walk. Yeah, it makes sense. Obviously, yes. Now it makes sense because we had the opening here. So I thought it's such a big, so large candle, but we had, remember that we had a large box here. Time goes so fast that I can't even remember the. Okay. Everything off. So maybe that's the play instead of the long. Are we going to get TGIF move? So for TGIF, it only needs to take out its own high. It's already good enough for the TGIF. It's just a retracement back into the range. And if I'm looking at this, we've got this beautiful fair value gap, and this is exactly the start of the 20% of the weekly candle. So the long might not be such a good thing to look into. Now, who's bearish and who is bullish? Can I make a poll? I'm gonna make my first poll. You guys, if you don't want to, just want to see it, ask a question. Let me just make a poll. Oh, it's only yes and no. I cannot change that, right? Ask a question. I can add an option. What is that? I'm just okay. Now, what do you see? Do you guys see the poll? I did. I'll look on another screen if I can see it, what you guys see. You don't see the poll, right? I don't think it's visible. Maybe I have to have start. I think I create poll. Okay. Now it's visible, maybe. Oh, there we go. We got it. I see it now, Dottie. I had to. I was playing around with it, and it wasn't. I didn't really. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, it looks juicy. If I look at the beautiful fair value gap here, it's sort of like you would think it would go back into the range, right? But something is telling me that it still might have a little move to the upside as well. So it could be both. We could have a move up and a move into the TGIF, which could happen literally after, in a few minutes before 4 o'clock, technically. But sometimes it doesn't have to. What ICT also taught us was that if you have a move up, and it doesn't retrace into the TGIF, it's highly likely that it does it in Asia. So it opens up Sunday, right? And then you have a very good probability that it will retrace then into that range. So sort of like an easy trade. So if it doesn't do that, it is worthwhile for the people that don't need to sleep in Asia. I unfortunately need to sleep because my days are quite long, and I wish I could nap. I could take a nap though, and then wake up for Asia, but I don't do that most of the time. But it is something for, especially for the people in the US to check it out, because we got a new model printed. That's interesting. It even says we can go higher than here. So maybe my 620 is coming in play again, my 637 even. Oh, my 620 is almost, look at that. I said 620 and it's exactly the midpoint of the AMRP level. Interesting. Okay. So 50% says yes, we're going to get a TGIF. So 50% expects a range to go back into the range. Yes. I think I give it a 50% chance too, because it's very easy. I can be right and wrong. But okay, but I like it because the new model has printed, and I set 620 as my TP, and I'm sort of like excited that this is very close to it. So and so we have the first percent fair value gap right over here. Oh, let me go to the 1 minute because I think I need the 1 minute. Okay. Now you see exactly how different the first presented fair value gap is, right? But it's sort of like it's ugly. Oh, I don't want, no, this is wrong. It cannot be on the 50. It needs to be 51. So this one is the first presented. I need to change this. This is wrong. This is a mistake. It should be here, the first presented fair value gap. So okay, now but I think I couldn't make a poll a few weeks ago. I think that's new. I think you have to have either I don't know what the benchmark is, but it's nice now. I can do that. I like that. Just make polls. I'm gonna ask some very funny, weird things now. Okay. I don't need that 1 minute. It's too price action is too shit anyway. We're fine with 5 minutes. So for me, the moment we go below one of those root candles, it's already bearish. But as long as we're staying up, that is for me also like an indication to either enter a trade or stay out of it. Now you see these lines here; those can give volatility. Those are moments that you can expect volatility. So this was, I know that's the 407 or 409 on the 1 minute. But if it doesn't happen at that moment, you can count 3 or 6 candles from the 1 minute sometimes before the move will start. So for me, this is an area that I do get interested in. But if nothing happens, then I'm like, okay, then there is another opportunity that will happen here. So we could see a spike of volatility coming in, and then it looks more for me that looks more that it's going to the upside, right, at the moment. So let's see if it goes over the 5 minute first presented. I think so. Okay, we have actually a confirmation here. We have a retest of a root candle here. This will be I might enter along because I had a calculation which exactly I didn't know that this level would print because you don't know it before this the time is here. So it's sort of an extra confluence for me now that I get more confirmation in that 620 level. It's 2:15, so we have literally 2 more hours to go. So technically, we could get a trade into this range, and also the range is 117 on average, and we only, well, obviously we just started, so we only have 11, so we have 100 points to go. I like that. So we might get 100 points in this direction, and then we might get a TGIF as well, or not. But okay, I'm getting excited more now in NQ. But it could also go to this high and go to the downside, right? It doesn't have to go here. It could save that for next week. Because this is it indicates the previous model's high, and especially in manipulated models or time, you see that those are used a lot, and it doesn't go higher, so it just creates equal highs then, right? Yeah. Here we go. You see, it did it here as well. You have this is the high of this model, and you see it doesn't go, sort of like tap. It did go over here a little bit, but yeah. DTT. Qu'est-ce que pour Pierre? Ah. And you see now it doesn't go over the first presented, right? What is your meisje? What do you want? Let's go to the 3-minute. I have to change that. It's wrong. I put in the wrong time. I can see that. So is this fair value? Oh, it is 131. That is correct. That's weird. Why is it wrong? Okay, I don't know. There's a mistake in the print. I guess so. Okay, but this doesn't look very bullish, does it? This is actually bearish now, right? Okay. You are looking bearish now. Let's see, Poppy. You see that the volatility did not really come, right? It's sort of like very stagnant again. So so this is one candle, 3-minute candle. This is number 6 when this one is done. And let's see. Oh. Now I do like wicks normally, but I don't like this kind of price action with these short wicks all the time. That is something I actually. Can we see? Can we make out some? we cannot see anything here, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, not really. I'm just trying to see something that's not there. Let's see if we can do anything with this. I like this block. This is a nice, looks pretty like something to use, right? Let's put in a fib on it. Does it give us any information? The 0.5 is right over here, 573. The 1 is here, 615, and 125 is 630. Oh wow, I also had 637. Oh, but that was because I think that was also from that same thing. Okay. Did we get any 0.5 level already? Did we hit any? No, we did not. And a little bit above it. We've got 2.5 here, 2.5, and 4 is here, 643. Okay. Oh, here we go. We're getting some movement. Oh, look at that. You're so cute. Oh, it's not really. I don't think we can really call that movement, right? It's just a sort of like a little. Oh gosh, are you really gonna make us wait? I would love to see it go into 4113. Oh, I think that's old, right? I would love to go into, yeah. We're gonna get some volatility. It looks, if you look at the wicks, you know, we did go into this fair value gap here. Then we have a wick higher, so this is rejecting off here. It looks bullisher than bearish. And if you use this manipulation move here, 0.5 is here, and we did not really tap into that. So it's sort of like you would think it would get at least to 0.5 from this level here. If it would go back down into the range and go to TGIF. Now this is I can't remember what calculation there was, but there was a 0.66 level, which was exactly around this area. So, but it doesn't need after 1.5 hours to make this move, right? It's just 130 points. So let's say it goes up to 620 here. That's 73, right? And then from here, it goes down into the range, 73, and then it goes down 200 points. In that is 5 15-minute bars, it said. Okay, interesting. I totally forgot to look at the 4-hour candle, because we have a new 4-hour candle. It's 2. It's 2 o'clock. Love my 4-hour candle. Yeah, So this is the new 2. You know what I would love to, I think what I would love to see is that we form a wick, so we go to the upside and then we go to the downside. So then we have a nice 4-hour wick candle. But what level was the TGIF zone again? That is 415. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so that's beautiful if it will go back into the range here, right? That's perfect. So that will be, okay, then like this, and then maybe into here. 415 is the start of the TGIF level here. So it just has to tap it. It doesn't have to even go in it, but it could go back into those wicks here. And then it goes back into this range. Okay, but it could also be an expansion candle. But look how many 4-hour candles we already have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be number 6 then. And 1, 2. Here also 1, 2. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, we'll see. But that would be nice. If you just give us a wick here, 620, and then you go into the TGIFs. Okay, you can do that. Hey Selecta, how are you doing? I'm doing well. Price action is a bit boring. I'm just trying to find out what NQ is doing, if it's going to go a little bit higher to then retrace into the TGIF range, or is it just going to do nothing? Just hang around here. Gold is sort of like very dicey at the moment. It's already in the TGIF range. It's sort of like hanging around, which is very low probability when you see that price action. So not very favorable to do anything. I would definitely stay out of gold now, if I may make any suggestion for anyone. Gold has been very good this week, so it's okay if it wants to go on a little break. we grant that permission. Yeah. But NQ on the other hand, I hope we will get a bit of movement. Let's put it that way. A small trade, that would be nice, right? I might even do only a paper trade, guys, if I don't really feel it, because I don't want to lose any money. And not on a Friday. Losing money on a Friday really sucks. Especially, I am entering a buy on gold. Am I crazy? Well, I don't want to say that, but you might have a good trade, but I wouldn't expect it too much to go out of this range anymore. Let me have a look for you. You think it's going to retrace? You are looking at the range, and you think it's going to be a retracement to the upside? Are you looking for just a retracement trade? Is that what you're doing? Now, Selecta, look, you have equal lows here. I would rather look, to be honest, I would rather look for, if I would have someone put a gun to my head, you have to put on a trade on right now, I would not go for a long right now, I think. Because of these equal lows here, and they're in a fair value gap as well. We're in a downtrend, as you can see. I would say No. And also look at the higher time frame as well on the 4 hour. Um, it could go up a little higher to in this rejection block, but you see the movement is already a little bit to the downside, right? These got my, because it's so close now, and this fair value gap, they're just too juicy to not take out. Did you enter on the? I don't hope you entered on that long. Maybe after it takes out these lows, then you could be interested. But I think everything is very low probability now. In all honesty, I mean, if you have a trade and yeah, just wait, and if it's not favorable, just don't waste any money now. It's just maybe next week will be a very nice week, and then there are so many good opportunities, easy ones, A plus setups, and we have much higher, better environment to trade in instead of just trying. And I know sometimes we just want to put on a trade. I understand, and I get that, but this is just very low probability environment, and yeah. And that's all good, right? I mean, not every day is supposed to be a trading day. Uh, and tape reading is just fine. Okay, look, even NQ now is not doing what I thought it would do. So that means that I also have to just not do anything. And Q seems to be going down as well instead of going up. Maybe NQ is already going on the way to it, or it's going to take out, going into this fair value gap and then go up. But yeah, it's good to just watch. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, it's 8:30. It's 2:30. And what I really would love on the weekend is you help me to do my trade journaling, cause all is just stuff on my laptop. Um, you have journal, but you have it all separate on your laptop. Is that what you're saying? You do make notes of your trades, or what is it you have, or do you? Is it hard for you to try to organize the journaling on itself? So I'm just trying to figure out what it really is the difficult part for you. Let me So when I started journaling, I started with a spreadsheet, and that was just data, but that didn't work for me. So what I prefer is to visualize, to make it visual. So I started doing it on in PowerPoint, and I started to just make print screens of TradingView. So for me, but everyone is different, right? So for me, I don't like spreadsheets. No, I do journal my emotion, but I want to learn how to journal the trades because that's hard for me. Okay. Yes, so that's why I'm going to ask you now this. Because I started doing trades like really like sort of spreadsheet wise, and it was just data, and I never ever looked at it. And for me, it didn't really. You could see your RR. You could have if you have TradeZella, for example, but that's a paid subscription, and then it calculates everything, and you can make your print screens, and that does the calculation. But you can do it manually as well. But for me, and it's not that hard to make a spreadsheet and write down your trade, your entry, exit, and you can write down your emotions and at the back of it. But for me, I don't go over a spreadsheet, and when I look at data, it just doesn't do anything for me. So that's where I started just to use TradingView and make print screens of TradingView, and I write down my emotions on TradingView example. So my question for you is, like, what would you like to have it more visual, like a TradingView print screen with your trade on it, and then, or would you be fine with a spreadsheet, and you could you could make a link in the spreadsheet with your TradingView, but you have to think about that, because my preference would not per se be your preference, but we can maybe get to the point you can find out for you what might work for you. So would you, if you would have a database, would you rather look at a picture, or are you fine with a spreadsheet, for example? And what would you like to get out of the trades? Would you like to know your win rate, or would you like to, are you more interested in going over just the trade itself and see more setup wise, is more as your interest? Where are you at in your journey? What is for you the most important, what you want to get out of your journaling? Because that makes a difference as well. For me, I need visual. I need to see the trade visually, and so that's why I just use only TradingView, and I write down everything on a TradingView. So I stopped doing the database thing, and I also don't use TradeZella, and but TradeZella is actually very good because you have everything in one, and it calculates all your. But it's a paid subscription. But if you don't want to pay, you have to do it manually, and then everything is possible. But it takes some. It is a little bit of work. Um, and does anyone in the chat use TradeZella? I'm curious for journaling. Well, it's not really that difficult. You just go into TradingView and you go over you go into the time where the trade was, and then you write down the things, and you can you can, for example, let's say I had a trade here, and now I should connect. Oh, I found out, by the way. I will connect my my other account, because I can have one page with my paper trade account, my paper trade, and the other page I can do my evaluation or my funded accounts from Funded Next. I thought it was only paper trading, but I found out I can do both. So I will start doing that. So I don't have to just. Well, let me ask you first, if you have TradingView, if you think about it, how would you do it? What would you like to see? You use TradingView, right? Do you trade in TradingView, or do you trade somewhere else? Do you have another platform that you use? Select out. If you use another platform and you cannot integrate them, for example, then I think how I would do. I can tell you how I would do it, but then also think about how you would like to do it, right? Because I might work totally different than you. Or are you can you integrate your platform? Oh, you trade on TradeOvate. Okay, perfect. But you can add TradeOvate into a TradingView. You know that, right? Now what I do at the moment, I do TradeOvate as well, and you can see me. I go on my other laptop, but if I have a trade, so let me tell you what I do exactly now. I trade on TradeOvate because I'm used to it and it's for me easy. And then what I do when I journal, I go into TradingView, and then, for example, I would mark where I enter and exit, and I use this here, long or short, whatever. So, for example, let me put this way. So what I do, because I use TradeOvate as well, and if it's not a paper trade, then this is how I do it at the moment. But I'm going to integrate because it's just easier for me, but I'm just too used to TradeOvate, and one time I had a glitch in TradingView, so I'm sort of like I got a little bit hesitant, but I know it doesn't happen a lot, so I should go back into it. So I thought I'm going to keep it. So for example, if I have a trade here, so I show then where I get in, and I use this and then you can see your risk reward, and then I write down my stuff, and I use things like, let me show you, for example, circle. Okay, this is my entry. I get in here, and my TP, and if I have TP1, TP2, I have my lines that I can make right here. You write down anything, TP1, TP2, and you get creative, and then what you do, you can use print screen. So you write down everything, right? You know how to use TradeOvate or TradingView, right? You can write text, and now you write your stuff, whatever you want, and you go, yeah, and what you can do better, and what the part you were satisfied with. And I write down times a lot. Well, it's a little bit messy with all these things, but it has to be a clean chart, right? You understand that when you do it. It has to be clean and only your trade on, and your emotions and your, and Notion is very good as well. But I tried that as well, but I just started using TradeOvate or TradingView because for me, I want it as visual. But Selector, what TrueSeeker says, Notion is very, very good as well. And you can integrate your TradingView print screen in Notion as well, right? Yeah. So, and then I have a PowerPoint that I use, but a lot of people use Notion, but I stopped using Notion. But I think Selector is already wondering how he can visualize. I think that's what I think is already for him difficult, right? If I understand your question correctly. And the second part is then, where are you going to put these documentations? And then I would also say Notion is a very good spot to do it. TrueSeeker, how do you visualize your trades in Notion? Do you use your print screens from TradingView as well? Do you add them in Notion? I just want to find out with Selector if it's more the technicals, how to maybe make a print screen, or just maybe these little things that can be or how to use things in TradingView, and then print, how to get it visualized, and then the second step is to get it maybe either in a PowerPoint or in Notion, whatever. But for me, it's just, I just really, at some point, I just threw everything out and I just used TradingView, and I just started to do just slides in PowerPoint. And that's, for me, the only way that I go through them. But hey, everybody works different, I guess. And I know my way is not for everyone. I know that. I am very aware. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to say like, okay, this is how to do it. So I appreciate True Seeker that you share your that you use Notion. Selecta, do you know Notion? So SK is asking risk management of 150k account. SK, let me ask you one thing. Are you already profitable with a 50k account? Are you profitable with a 50k account? And be honest. I actually don't know what the drawdown is of a 150k account. Are you? Do you want to have a 150k account because you have more drawdown? Is that the reason? The drawdown of 150, the risk management of 150k account should actually be the same percentage-wise of a 50k account, but because the amounts are larger, you technically have more leverage, right? Because you have more money to play with. But technically, it is the same as on any other account, percentage-wise, I guess. But I have no idea what the drawdown is of 150 K account. Because you don't have 150K, you just have the drawdown amount which you actually want to calculate the percentage from which you want to risk. I don't know what your risk, how much you want to risk, but you have to forget 150K, but just use the drawdown amount that's given to you with that 150K account, and you calculate that as your capital, so to speak. So I had a 150K account at Hola Prime, which I had to play with when I was at them, but I don't know what my drawdown was at that time. Was it 5,000 or something like that? I can't remember. So so SK, you need just to if you want to proceed with 150K account because you want more drawdown, it doesn't mean that you have to get easier with your rules because you have more money to play with. You just have to, I guess, stick to 1% per trade, maybe 1.5. If you have some buffer, well, maybe you can bump it up to 2. But if you start, I would stick to 1% from the drawdown amount that you have. I have no idea how much drawdown is on. I think 150K. I can remember. I think I had to make 9,000 profits, if I'm correct. So yeah, I think micros is not really. That's gonna take you a long time. Well, not really. If you have a good. So you want to pay? I guess you want to play with minis then. So you want some more leverage, I guess. I should look into Notion again as well. I know I was I did like Notion when I was using it, by the way. Notion is pretty good and has a lot of. I don't know. There's also a paid version for Notion, right? But I know that I had the free version. Let me look. AI. I think that they probably. Oh, they do have a paid version as well. Notion 3.0. Yeah, I think I'll look into Notion as well because I think I need to also give some better advice than what I'm doing because I know it's not everyone's way. So, do you have the paid version through Seeker or do you use the free version for your journaling? I don't like these colors on the screen. It's a little bit too bright. It looks very ugly, if I may say so. And I have it twice on the screen as well, so that's not smart to do. Here we go. That looks a little bit better. I guess so. Why is this one so dark? Oh, I understand why. That's the ah. Now I understand. Okay, I'm sorry. It was the it wasn't this. We need to go a little bit darker now. Here we go. It was the first percentage fair value that was so ugly, so dark. Okay, and Q. And Q looks like it's going to go down, right? It doesn't look like it wants to go up because first presented. This needs to go. Create equal highs here. 1448. We are going through the root candles. We're going to the downside. Let me see what gold is doing. Oh, ugly. Oh, we have a macro, guys. We have macro time. Is it a short? I would say so. 1447. Yeah. 1441. Let's just wait because it's in this area here, which could be bullish again. So yeah. Oh, look at this one here. Oh, you have a little gap here. Um, Notion. You know, this whole notion, when I used it, it was like, I think that was something that I used 4 years ago. And I guess now with all those new AI things that has been developed, it must be really now even more, so much more functionalities than it actually had like 4 years ago. Was it 4 years, 4 or 3 years ago that I used to use it? And then I got off it, and then I just started doing the way that I do it, right? But I'm definitely going to check out Notion again. I think it's very interesting. All the things that they've added now and things like that. You know, everything can be so. I mean, with all these AI related things, everything can be automated. So we can make life so much easier now. Um, and it's good to use them, right? I guess. Oh gosh, and Q. Oh. This is so weird that it printed this one as the first presented. Well, it is not supposed to do that. It says 151, and this is 150. You're not supposed to make a fair value gap here. This is the fair value gap. So this is a bug. I see there's a little bug in the, but if you see this one here, this is beautiful. Because technically, if this is the first presented fair value gap, you can see a rejection here, right? So that will make me more bullish than bearish. I don't know why I did this. I'm sure it's session time, 1:31. Did I make a mistake somewhere? No. Let me do this. Now, I would say that this was actually maybe, I didn't touch it, did it? No, it did not. Okay. This is it. I did not touch it. It did. See, you see at this level again, it's 0.66, how it never went higher, right? Isn't it amazing? It's so fascinating. That. And now what did I do? How did I calculate it? So it's this level here, and I think I'm almost now starting to see that this is the high. So I calculated this big boy, just the bodies, and then I got the 0.5, and then I thought, okay, it's such a big level, let me just grade that one, you know, because I need a smaller range. And then look where it rejected. You see that? I'm almost starting to think that this might be the range for today. Again, a 1/3, right? Crazy. Let's see. Or it's just a reaction. The rejection is right over here. Okay, so let's see if it stays below it or does it go higher. Now, most of the times the 1/3s are. No, I should not. That's not true. I want to say it's just a retracement, but it's not true. I had the full reversal on the gold trade also at a 1/3. But I still have that 25,620. 25. So there's 100 points to the upside, but either we're not going to get both moves anymore. I think there's 1 more hour to go. I don't think we're going to go up to 620, then back into the range for TGIF. So we're either going to go up, or we're going to go down, I think. Yeah, it's really hard to enter because if you look at this, right, even though this is fair value gap, there's no retest, there's nothing. There's really nothing. This is maybe a long here. Have an inversion. We have an inversion here with a gappy. Yes, we do. Okay, I have to make something out of nothing. I will try to. Well, okay. I think I can make something from this. This would have been an entry here. With that, I'm not joking. I'm actually serious, but it still doesn't appeal to me. But okay, gun to your head, you have to trade. Okay, this is a trade here. Inversion, first retest, second retest, here another retest. But then again, it's such a short trade because here again you've got a fair value gap, which is bearish, right? So you want either this it's going to reject from here, or it's going to disrespect it, and then you have volume imbalance, suspension block, and then it might go up to into this fair value gap, but it could also reject here in these wicks. So I would not touch this at all. But on the other hand, if it shoots up to my 620, I might be a little bit annoyed, but I don't think so, actually. These are very equal, right? Is it going to be a retest of the fair value gap? Yeah, I think so. It's just a nasty. This is created to be used now. It's very typical, right? So it's equal, and we have a fair value gap exactly above it. It's actually not. Let's see. Well, if I miss this trade now, I'll have it. We know now this is maybe a good trade. This was a good trade. I'm not gonna get in now anymore. But if this is a trade, you take out the equal. What time is it? We're in a macro, by the way. Yes. Okay. I would put it stop right over here. So retest. You get in. We're in a macro. What's the liquidity? This is liquid with equal highs. It's created, and we did not tap in to a first presented fair value gap right over here. So I would say this is now the liquidity point. So it's a 5R trade. It's not too bad if it works out. Let's see if it works out. Everything is low probability now, but if I look at this trade, this might be the only trade now in the PM session that shows us a probability. But I'm just curious to see if it it does bring us over the 0.66 level though. If that's the case, then my 620 might be in play. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I'll journal this, even though I was not in the trade. It's exactly now. Did it hit that level or not? It just create another low, equal high. Not yet. Didn't touch the level. Almost. So that's interesting to see if yeah, it's gonna hit that level for sure. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, I was almost asleep already from the price action, so I did see the setup, but I had to wake myself up, I guess. But this was a valid trade. Inversion, we took out a low, let's see, this is actually a beautiful trade, to be honest. and you know, time, there was a beautiful alignment of time. Yeah, this was a beautiful trade, I think. I don't know if anyone took it. I was asleep already half, so I did see the inversion, but okay. So because there's so little imbalances and fair value gaps created, and this is this was quite, did I frame it correctly, the inversion? No, I did not. Why did I frame it? Oh, okay, I framed it like this because of the imbalance. So you know when you have a fair value gap, you do not mark it like this, but if there's an imbalance, you have to mark it like this. This is the full, this is how you mark it, okay? Because there's an imbalance here. So you include that. So that's why I marked it like this. Here you go. Is it? So inversion 445, then here it's 1555. You're still not interested, but then you see this one hitting the midpoint and this one just going over it, and but the bodies are over it. You can enter when it goes over out of the inversion. And why? More important, you have equal highs here, and you've got this fair value gap, which was not retested. And now you have your retest. It either reverses from here or it's going to disrespect everything. It's going to go back up. And it's a long. I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm too tired. I'm not really interested in taking it anymore. But this I'm definitely going to journal and put it in my, because next time I won't miss it. But now it's going to run 620. This will be my TP. So that would have been my, this is not a bad trade, in all honesty. Because I do think it might run. I think this will be the trade a little bit. There's actually this would have been badass if it would work out. 22 R trade. Let's see. Or is it only going to retest this fair value gap? And if that's the case, look at the wick. There's just, what happened there? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? You see that? This is how nasty this is. So this is a retest of this first presented. There's no body. The body stays below. But let's see if it really goes below. Yeah, I would only trade it to this. If I would have, because this is the only thing I can really frame. There's no other thing I have no certainty or no technical data or that I can support any trade. I would have just traded this. This would have been the trade. I would not have traded higher anyway, not in these conditions. This would have been the trade. The only trade that I would have taken. Just up to here, because of these. Well, it's not even it's like a 4-time high. Look at this. This is really a beautiful trade. This is actually very in plain sight, right? Create all these equals, then a beautiful fair value gap which was untested, and then in a macro time. This is the most important thing. It's in a macro time. 14:58, so you have still time to run. What time did it hit? 3:03. Boom, and you're out. Yeah. Beautiful. That was the only trade, I guess. See, that's why I like it to when you see that, and then you even though when you have these conditions, there's always one trade then, but you have to wait for it. But then also you have to be willing to take it and be ready. And how many points is it? Okay. It's still 20 points. It's still okay. It's still a good trade, like on in these conditions, right? And this is really a good. I think this is really a solid trade. And I mean, there's really nothing else that I could have framed. I might have missed something. Somebody else can frame something, but I could not. Only this one. But hey, listen, if this one goes still up to 620, that would be really madness. Well, that if that would be the case, I would be a little not upset really in the sense of but because I sort of like had that level and then I see a good entry point and then I'm just sort of like because it's so slow you get like I don't know if you have that at work when there's nothing to do and you have to suddenly do something you don't really want to do it anymore. When you're really busy, you don't mind to work with. I mean, but it would have sort of it would I would be a little bit not really upset but annoyed that if it would go to my level that I framed and then I see also the point to enter and I would not take it and then it goes to a level that I marked out. But I have to accept that if that's the case, that happens, right? Then it's a 22-hour trade. But hey, you have to put money where your mouth is. You can say something and have an analysis, but if you don't trade it, you don't, you haven't done it. It means shit. I'm just. It is 23-hour trade, and you just let it go. Let's see. Now you're going to be in my journal. You will go in my journal for next time. And then I'm aware, and then I will be not sleeping when it's the 3 o'clock picture, the 3 o'clock macro. Yeah, it's going because it's over. It's already over the 33% here. See, the 66. It's already over, so it's going to run. The body's over, and it's going to make it. I think we're going to get that 4-hour wick. It's going to be an expansion on the 4-hour, but it could go even higher, I guess. Let's see. See, I find this interesting though to watch, even though I might miss it. It's okay. It's okay. I still enjoy watching it and just frame the setup and see how it plays out and if I'm wrong or what happens. But it doesn't make sense that it goes over this fair value gap now, so it takes the liquidity. Normally it was saying, okay, it takes liquidity, it's done. So it has a higher objective, right? And it's over this level now, so yeah, it's gonna run. I hope someone is in it. I hope someone is in it long or on NQ. Okay, I'm gonna put this away. It's gonna run. No TGIF today. It's 3:13 at the moment. I just want to have a look at this. Did it go over or did it not? Just a little bit. So, this 4-hour candle has to do something. It's not going to stay like this. So if you look at this 4-hour candle now, right? You would expect that it has to go a little bit higher than this wick. Yeah, it would be weird if it retraces or goes lower like this without having a. No, it's definitely it really has to do something to the upside. I think. Let's see if it reaches 620. 620, yeah, 620 was the level that I had. Yeah. Now the only downside, if it's just going to go up a little bit, it might consolidate again, right? Because it has still 45 minutes, and if that's the weekly objective, it's going to take its time. And then you have the crazy elbow. It could do it only, in the last 5 minutes, and it just, it wicks up and down, and then it's like, in hindsight, when you go back into it, that's why I don't like back testing anymore. If you would look at this chart, you think, oh my God, what a beautiful day that was, right? If you think, but you don't see the price action if you back test on TradingView. And you look you look at the 4-hour, you don't see the PA. And even though, I don't know, I think you can see it on the 15-minute on today, but it's sometimes really hard when you go back in time. You can't remember the days. And then you see, like, oh my God, look at this, so beautiful. But it was really hard to trade to take this to the upside. Wasn't easy at all. The only move that was really beautiful, I think, was in the morning when we had to open. That was clean. And this one was pretty clean. This one was beautiful. Beautiful. Inversion, retest, and macro time, and then up to the first presented. Now it also now goes to that weird not first presented, which is wrongly populated, which should not be the case, but I don't know why it does that. Never saw it. 150. That's weird. It should be 130. Oh, this is really. I am really sleeping. Did I say 150? Yeah, but it's even weirder that it's 131 and this is 150. Huh? I didn't even notice that until I just said 130. Why is it? And it's even 150. It's not even 130. So that fair value gap should have been. Oh, there was really none. I get it. Okay. Now I get it. I get my confusion. Here is one. Yeah, there is. There's enough. Here's one. Here's one. There's a gap here. There's a gap here. Well, anyway, it's okay. Yeah, I think we should prepare ourselves for some consolidation because it's gonna whatever it's going to do is gonna take its time, I guess, because either to the downside or to the upside, it's not really such a large move, right? So the move to the TGIF zone is here. It's 413. Oh, I've got to get rid of this. You've got to go. My neighbors are going to kill me if you go. These alarms are really loud, by the way. The standard that is on TradingView. Either way, it's going to take its time. And I would be surprised if it would go up and then go back down into the range, into the TGIF. But we'll see. That's it. What time is it now? 2:20. I'll put on my. I'm gonna put on the trade that I should have been. That I'm in. That I framed and not in. So I can look at it. I'll put it on 620. Here you go. And then if the only possibility to get in properly was right over here. But there might be another entry for those who are interested. You never know. What would the stop be? Up. I'm gonna write it so I can journal it straight away. Let me do it. It needs to be there. Retest your market order in, so that will be right here. And then my stop would be below the inversion. Right over here. There we go. And 620 is good enough for me. I'll do 6. This would have been the trade. The only trade in the PM session. Now, technically, you can also consider the 2240 runs as a macro, right? So if you have like if you see this happen, let me see, does it go into the wick? Yeah. This is also a bullish signature. So we have a wick here, and we do tap a little bit into it, and then it starts running, right? It's very bullish, and I think 620 will be in the cards. So maybe, well, let's see how it reacts when it starts running. I think it's a beautiful move, though. If it's going to do that, I'm just still thinking, should I engage or not? But yeah, this was the only entry, to be honest, and maybe this would have been an entry as well, 1520. But I already decided that I'm interested. Hey, Karam. I take my entries whenever I see when things line up, and there was only one possibility for a trade that I'm not in a trade at the moment because the probability is so low. But there was one well, I did frame. I said I do see NQ going to 625, 620, but then the price action was so shit, and I was literally falling asleep here, and then I saw this setup here, and I did say, okay, gun to my head. This is actually the only setup that I see as inversion fair value gap retest of it. I would enter here, and then there was a beautiful fair value gap here that we had equal highs here, and I said, okay, you know what, this is a beautiful. I'll mark it again so you can see it right over here, and I noticed that they. Let me do it. I noticed that they were not they didn't retest this fair value gap yet. So you have these equal highs, which is a very that is very strong liquidity, and it's not even equal. There are four of them here, and so my trade would have been just full transparency. I don't think I would ever take this trade, especially after a full day of such a low probability. My trade would have been from here to here, to this fair value gap, because of these equal highs, which is liquidity. But hey, I take whenever I'm on, and if I see a good setup, I would take it. But because of the whole day being low probability, I just, at some point you get like, oh, I just didn't expect much more. And then I saw this, and I was like, you know what? I frame it. But I'm just too tired to really get into it now, or really I don't have the interest anymore. And I've had a really, really good week, so I'm fine with just leaving it. But yeah, this would have been the trade from here to here. How much is it? But then if it would run to a trade, that would be an even better trade. But this is a 3R trade, so that's good enough. But yeah, I still think it might go up to here, but we'll see. Yeah, and I did take a few trades today, but especially at the end of the week, it's such a bummer when you have when you end the week, when you have a good week and you end the week bad because of your last trades when it's low probability, and it's sort of like also very good to be okay letting trades. Well, I mean, if it would go to this level, and I framed it beforehand and not taking it, I would journal it, but next time I would be more aware of the time and that okay, we have low probabilities, but then remember at 3 o'clock your setup might present itself. So stay awake and stay aware that and you want to take it, especially if you frame it right. And these are the moves. Like I said yesterday, I like the larger moves, and these are the moves that I make me excited actually. So I would rather if it would run, but then again, imagine you're in it and then you see this and then it just floats around and then you are, it might run in the crazy algo time. I don't know if I really want that. But hey, it's always good to frame things and just, you learn to read the market. And but hey, it's bullish. I mean, it would be I would be really, really surprised if we would go down now. And also higher time frame here. I framed this, and it's yeah. I don't know if it's going to go to 0.5. I think 620 is my max for today, but it might even go to 637ish. But we'll see. I'm just curious, but it needs to run at some point. But it's almost 3:30, and it's sort of, you can see it's stalling, right? So I think there will be a move coming. Did you trade today, by the way? Did you have any trades? What did you do? If this is consolidation break, yeah, break to upside long looking good. Yeah, I think it's definitely a long. I think so too. Hey, trader. I'm not in the trade. I'm not in a trade, but I do think it could go there. I do think it could go there. But we'll see. I mean, I had it framed out. It could go 603, but I do think there's some room to the upside. I think it's not, we have the TGIF levels below. Obviously, normally Friday we go into the range, right back into TGIF. But I wonder, I'm just curious, this is the first 20% of the weekly range. So it would be more logical for it to go into, to go to the TGIF range, right? Yeah. But I'm not in anything. It's just an idea. I was up 2%, but ended the day down. Yeah, so you did, but 2% is, at least you're not down 10 or 20%, so that's still good. And then you know to stop, right? So that's good. Yeah, 2% down, and it's still a bummer, I guess, but it's really it doesn't ruin your weekend, I would think, right? But trader, why I'm also a little bit. I totally understand what you're saying, but I'm looking at this structure and I'm looking at the 4-hour candle. So what I'm thinking is the 4-hour candle will perform a wick and then go down into the downside. But I do think we might get a little bit of expansion on the 4-hour, which will be a little bit of a wick. So I'm thinking it might go a little bit up to go down at the end of the day. So. And look how many 4-hour candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They will be number 6. So obviously there won't be I don't expect a large expansion on this candle, but I do expect like a wick, just a wick to come onto this candle. We'll see. And then let's check the news for next week, or the you can call me TC. Yes, how long? TC. Oh, you rejected your message. You want to know how long I've been trading, or you want me to answer that question anymore? And can I still call you TC? Okay, let's see what. Oh, daylight savings. Are we changing time? Oh shit! Oh, you're in Europe, not in. Oh, that means London is going to be. Oh, that's so confusing always when London is going to change. I'm always confused when London changes and the US not yet. Okay, well, I'll figure it out. Sunday. Okay, Monday. Monday. Okay, we get consumer confidence on Tuesday and Richmond Manufacturing Index. That's it. And Wednesday, home sales. Okay. Not that interesting. Wednesday. What do we have on Thursday? advanced GDP price. Everything is still tentative. Well, okay, not really interesting. And then another Friday. What do we have Friday? Core PCE. Okay. Well, you can call me TC. How long have you been trading for? I've been trading 6 years, but 3 years ICT. So, I think I was literally, I don't think I really knew what I was doing the first couple of years. I started with penny stocks. Obviously, you learn from everything, but you know that something is just off, and there was no logic behind the trades, no technical science. But then I was steered in the direction of ICT, and that's where I really got interested in time and in the algorithmic signatures. Yes. If I ever take a 10% loss, well, not if my risk management is good. If I put money where my mouth is, and if I really trade the way I put it on, yes, I don't take a 10% loss, but that would be really a lot, I think, 10%. So I try to frame my trades, but I must honestly say when I have the larger distribution moves, so if it's like I love the 5 to 8R trades. That's normally I tend to my distribution moves they vary between that. The amount that you risk is a little bit higher sometimes because I am okay with. Suppose what happens sometimes if I am anticipating the distribution, I could be too early sometimes. So I take little stabs and then I know, okay, I'm a little bit too early. So then sometimes I do take 2 or 3 losses before the move comes. But then I know the move will make up for it. But that's when I really see my model, and then I'm okay taking a few losses before the trade. Because I know sometimes time, the move doesn't do it in one macro, it will do it in the next macro, for example. So there will be another retracement, for example, a little bit lower, and then I just have to wait. But because I have a couple of confluence aligning, then I know it's just, the time element is not there yet, so I can trust that. Then I'm okay to take that little stab and take that little loss. But because of the larger move, I tend to then give myself a little bit more room because I know what is coming. But what do I want to say? Oh, and something I do need to work on is moving my stop to break even. I used to do that too fast, so instead of getting the full move, I was stopped out. Either it was a profit, but maybe 1 or 2 R, and that is something I'm really working on now to get better in my stop loss placement and get not to move it too fast. So the distribution trades that I'm actually taking, I haven't been trading that long, so I'm really working. I do see them and I can I find them, but for me moving, that is the part that I'm really in the execution is and playing around with getting in and getting out is something I'm really I want to improve. But hey, I had a 120 point run on gold this week. I had another trade, a pretty good one. Was it yesterday? I can't remember. So yeah, I love this. AMD. The distribution side. I've been in the game for 15 years. Wow. And it's always amazing to discover new traders on YouTube. I'm full fib, VWAP. Oh, I love that. Hey, I love, listen, I'm still baby, I think, because, I think you are still baby until 10 years and you still have to be fully aware that you still have to learn, and you can have a few models, but I think there's so much. That's why I still enjoy. I can watch the charts every day and for hours just to learn and to get better, because I find it so fascinating. All these all these algorithmic levels, and I'm just figuring out these 0.3 levels, the 0.6. Look where it stopped again. I was when I got into penny stocks, which was really ridiculous. But then at some point, and then it was normal stocks, which was a little bit better. And then I went into volume profile and a TPO, which I find which I really enjoyed because TPO is already time based, right? You use the 13-minute ranges, but I was still missing something, and I was like, I can't make any. I missed the logic behind every. But I didn't know there was any logic, but to be honest. Um, and then I found ICT, and that was for me really the missing link. And it's like a building block because I take something from ICT, but I go into the charts myself, and I find out, I try to find out things on my own as well. Um, but yeah, I just love the time element of trading as well. But okay, so you guys trade, oh, you know each other. The two of you are related, trading buddies already. We're trading the same concept, or you meet each other here. Hey guys, the Discord will come, but I just need a little bit more time, and I'm getting some help to set up the roles and the permissions, and because I was like, oh my god, there's so much I have to think about, and I just I thought, oh, it's easy to do, but I guess somebody told me, "Hey, be careful because you can get attacked by bots." That's something very if you don't have you need a few layers. Oh, I'm getting attacked by insects. um, but yeah, okay. So your full fib. So do you? I'm wondering about the fib. Do you have specific fibs that you use, specific calculations? Because I live in fib cities. I have different tabs where I have all kinds of calculations. But hey, look, it's not going up anymore. It's hanging out on this 0.66. So I guess this can. But TC, my only trade that I was actually, if I would have gotten in a trade, if I wasn't already exhausted from the sleepy price action, this was the only trade that if I would have gotten in, this would have been the only end. This would have been my only trade from this inversion here. So this is the only valid setup that I saw on this PM session. We've got an inversion, and then the time, the ICT macro, it is still within macro time here. We have a retest. I would have entered here, and I would just take it up to this fair value gap, which is just above liquidity. And these are all equal, 4 equal highs here. So this would have been my only trade from here to here. And I was just framing this because I had that line up earlier today. But then again, hey, my 1/3 level is pretty much holding on. But I'm really curious to see if it goes down into the 20% of the weekly range, because that's TGIF, that is a model of ICT, or is it going to go up? But it doesn't look like it's going to go up anymore, right? You use fractal fibs. Oh, that's interesting. And do you use the normal fib levels like the 0.38, 0.5? So you use the monthly, weekly, daily that acupuncture until key levels are broken. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it, right? Mm. Oh, but I love fibs as well. I just go. I have a few extra charts open that I don't show with all kinds of calculations. Okay, the crazy algo is coming. So Karam and TC, do you guys trade anything else beside NQ and gold or? Okay, so let me. So this is 20% of the range, the weekly range. Let's see if we can make it that way. So that's also quite low. I do think it could make either one of those moves to the either upside or downside. I wouldn't be surprised. So I also use DTT. That is this. Let me show you. So DTT is the model itself. The normal range, the average range is 117, as you can see here, and we only use 38 points. No, I didn't take that trade at all. I was sort of like asleep already. I was looking at the price and I said, oh, somebody would put a gun against my head. I would take, this would be the trade I would take. And then I went over it and like, oh my God, actually it is a really good trade. But the move was already running and I thought, you know what, let it just go. It's okay. Just let it go. It's Friday. It's the end of the week. I had a really, really good week. I had good trades. I'm in the green. You know what? I'm not gonna ruin I'm, and it's, I also just enjoy, reading, tape reading and stuff like that. It's all good. But listen, the range is normally 117 points and we've only done 38 and a half. So we still have 70, 80 points to go. Now, are we going to get those 80 points in 15 minutes? 620. I said 620. You only trade NQ at open. I'm a scalper. Yeah. I had a few scalps today when I was off stream, just very quick ones on gold. I think I'm more of I tend to now not to scalp as much, but I do think you have to have it in your, as a day trader, you need to be able to scalp when there's really, when the markets are trading a specific way because, yeah, I think it's important to also know to be able to, in certain environments, to be able to do that. I do believe that. But my preference is just waiting for the larger moves. But I do think it's really good to be able to scalp. Hmm. So there's nothing. You just come to hang out here for fun and to support me because you don't trade anymore at night, right? I think that's, I like that. That also to be able to have a stream, and that's also something I have to get used to. Like, I don't have to put on a trade every stream if there's no setup, right? That's okay. But also there's no pressure. But also I like it that people hang out here that actually don't trade at this time. And you just see more, I think, when you when you don't put a trade on or are not actively looking at a trade but looking at the charts and just tape reading. I think you learn a lot from it. I really like doing it. I really enjoy it, to be honest, but I guess you have to be a bit of a nerd, right, to do that. Yeah. Now, come on, NQ. Either go one way, go either to the. Okay, yeah. You have 5 to 50.5 minutes and I'm done. 5 minute oral consistency is king. Take years to practice. I don't like to be too long. We're pilot fishes. Yeah, I think that's a valid strategy. Hey, if you can manage to take 5 to 15 points on 5 minutes, why should you do and be happy and don't be greedy? It's perfect, right? You take your money and run and you're done for the day. And then you have all day to do other things and to enjoy life, right? Yeah. For 2 days straight, you keep showing up on my feed. Ah, it's like, oh my god, that woman again on my feed. And I watch you while reading something else at the same time. Okay, but I'm happy to hear that I'm popping up on people's feeds because that means that YouTube is pushing me now. So that's good. Uh, for 2 days you straight you keep you say it like it's sort of like a negative. Oh, it's so funny. Yeah. No, but hey, I can tell that I'm definitely there's more people, new people coming in, and I do think that YouTube has been pushing me in different areas as well. I even had people uh, from the Netherlands and Belgium, so I think now Europe is a little bit more in play. Yeah. Yeah, 30K a month is more than I need to fill the fridge. Yeah, hey, I mean, I guess there's no complaints then, right? Yeah. Your English seems to be fine so far. I mean, I could not really tell that your English wasn't good, to be honest. So TC, if I may ask, how long did it take you to become profitable? You are in 15 years, you said, right? No, that's what you mean. Okay, no, I know. No, no, don't worry. I don't see it that way. No, not at all, Karem. No worries. I love to make jokes, and if I see a possibility to make a joke of something, I do that. So, are you into so okay, but Tradeur Couleur, are you French? Is it French? Is it a French name? Tradeur Couleur. Do I say that properly? So you went to college in the UK, and where are you from? I guess France, I would say, right then, or not? Your English is very good for someone who's French, I guess, then. It is funny that a lot of French people do not speak English very well for some reason. But are you French, TC? Oh, I'm mixed, by the way, trader and hunter gatherer. Yes, it's a mix between. Okay, I guess yeah. Oh, from culling. Yeah, culling is hunting, right? Yeah. So you're a hunter or a gatherer from of something. Is that like a? Yeah, I think that's where the word culling comes from, right? In South Africa, I mean, I live in the bush, and even in wildlife reserves, there is culling. I guess as a trader, we are also a hunter. We hunt for we're sniper for good trades. No, I don't think there's a move to the upside anymore. I'm Brit and French. Okay, gotcha. And where do you reside now? Are you in La Douce, France, or are you? Yeah, well, you said you went to college in the UK, so I guess you're in France then. Oh, is it? I know German and Dutch. I travel. Yeah, well, I'm a traveler too. Yeah. I live now in South Africa. I moved away from the Netherlands and I thought it would be temporary, but I like it here. And I love the bush. I love the wildlife. And yeah. But hey, yeah, traveling is, yeah, trading gives you a lot of freedom, right? I mean, I couldn't live the way I live without trading. Okay, 54, 6 more minutes. What are you going to do something? I'm just curious. I just, it's going to go, yeah, I don't think it's going to go up anymore. That's for sure. But it's just so fascinating that it just uses these 1/3 levels. I'm just so fascinated by that, guys. Um, okay, so now we're going into the TGI. I think we're going into this range now then. So 415. It's 100 points to the downside. Still a lot, but hey, it could make one move. It could make one candle in 1 second, right? So where are you now, TC? Okay, let's go. Let's see if it makes it to this level here. 415. Oh, you haven't subscribed. Oh, so it's somebody else. I saw that. I was just thinking. I think it was somebody subscribed, but I didn't get a pop up. So, I'm gonna get one more for today. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Hey, listen, guys. Last week, I got 100. I passed. I mean, that's a milestone. If you're a YouTuber, you just start new. Um, and then 100 is a lot. And then now I'm at 175. That's crazy. I mean, that's a few days. Not well, it's one trading week, but I never thought that that would go so fast. But well, anyway, it's nice because now it forces me to start the Discord channel, which you can really now start build a community and really do something productive and really give value to especially new people. But hey, I love to have people that are more experienced than I am because hey, there's always something to learn. And thank you guys, I really appreciate it. I love that you hang out here and yeah, just chat and share your knowledge. But hey, listen, NQ is not even going into TGIF level. It's not going up. It's not doing anything. But we still have 2 more minutes to go. And sometimes it does it after 4 o'clock at 4:15. I've seen that too. Yeah, look at that. I think it's gonna go. This is the 20% of the. Okay, you guys. So ICT, he gave the concept of TGIF. That is that every week a weekly candle can retrace back 20% into the 20, 30, or 40% into the weekly range. So what can happen on Friday is that if it takes out its own high or a daily high, it normally retraces, but every candle technically retraces most of the time 20, 30, 40%. And if it doesn't do it in Friday, it can do it in Asia. When Sunday opens, you will see. But now I think the move, we might go into the range now. Let's see if it goes all the way with some distribution. And why, what I noticed now also was that lately those moves, because they do it after 4 o'clock. So let's see if it will do it between now and 4:15. So 4:14 is the 20%. Let's see if it can get to that range, because it's still more than 80 points to go. It's a lot. But guys, I don't want to be in this price section anyway. Even though if it will go there, look how it's running. It's just, it's tiring. Okay, so you are in Limousin and you'll fly to Montreal next week. Okay, interesting. So you don't mind to be in cold weather? She'd know we're in a massive what does it mean, a benefit zone? Tell me. So you don't think there will not be any move to this level either? Price action tells me already. I must say that I do think that there's nothing. Price action is sort of like stagnant. But I don't have any logic. I cannot frame it, which I want to frame if there's logic to something, I want to know. So now obviously I had that high level, but now I am sort of like, with my calculations, I'm seeing there's 1/3 levels. They always tell me, they give me a retracement level. And look, that's why I'm like, okay, this way of calculating also shows me that this 1/3 level works on this one, so that's fine. But I don't know how to frame this now. So what does a benefit zone mean? We're in all-time highs though, so how do you calculate? I would love to know, how do you calculate when you're in all-time highs? Because we're in all-time highs now. We're in price discovery, so how would you? Oh, so you have an extended fib or something. Well, you know what? Once I have the Discord set up, you can, if you want to share, you don't have to share, obviously, if it's a secret, but I hope you can share when you would like to do that. But I'm definitely interested to get that identified, because obviously there is something that why it doesn't move, because it didn't go to the upside. Well, okay, I guess. But I would love to know how I could read that and find out that sooner before just waiting and just. I'm just going to wait till 4:15. I just want to see if it's. No, but it is a concept that is not. It does not say it happens every time, and also the price action does not indicate that it's the case today. But I'm just curious to see, like, if it goes into that 20% range. But normally, what happens is that it should take out a previous daily high or week, and then it's sort of like a faster. The day goes a little bit. The price action is totally different. So this is the price action on itself already tells you that it's a little bit different. But hey, I'm always looking and just just seeing if things. That's why I thought we might get the move to the upside because the TGIF wasn't going to work. You need to learn how to trace fib properly. I can teach you if you will. I like to help Padawans. Hey, I'm always open to learn something new, and hey, I love fibs, so yeah. Let me see if one of my fibs tell me about what's happening now. I just have to look at one of my other. No, I need a new fib. I guess so. But no, I have a very I do have very good fibs that I use, and they help me mainly in the AM session. But in the PM session like this, I don't have they're not as exact as I have them in the AM session. But yeah, I would love to learn. Open to that. First, always trace a fib in a Heiken Ashi candle. Okay, I never used Heiken Ashi candle. Do you only use the Heiken Ashi candle? Is that something you always use? I've never heard people use that actually. I was wondering why. I mean, I'm sure people use it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be. It's a Japanese charting technique that smooths price movements by averaging data, making it easier to. Hey, go away! I'm under attack. Making it easier to identify trends and reducing market noise. It uses a modified calculation for its candles, resulting in a chart with clearer signals for trend direction, but it does not show the exact real-time price. Strong uptrends are shown as a series of green candles with no lower wicks, while strong downtrends are shown with no upper wicks. Oh my god, I miss my wicks. I love wicks. That's a problem for me, I think. But I could have another chart, though, without... It's an average bar. Uses a formula that averages the open, high, low, and close price to create each candle, unlike traditional candles that represent a single period. And this average bar filters out market noise, making trends appear and reduce the number of false signals. Okay. Well, it's interesting though. It's just a different way of you compress more data in the candles, I guess. Well, it's interesting. I like to. Okay, it's the only way for a proper fit. Okay, well, I guess I'm a little bit too tired now to really get into something new. In all honesty, if I may be honest, but I'm looking forward to continue that conversation and maybe. Well, hey, the Discord is going to be there. I'm hoping that it will be. Oh, thank you. I see. I have 175. Well, no. If people do touch lions, I think that's very stupid to do that. You don't want to be in one of those farms where you can touch a lion. That's horrible. You know, those lions are only. They breed them to hunt them, to kill them. It's a horrible. It's a very dark side of. It's a very dark business. It's very sad. Yeah, those lions, they're being petted and then they're just being shot for people that pay a lot of money to shoot them, just for fun. It's just horrible. You know, I understand in wildlife, if the moment you have a fence, you need wildlife management, and at some point you need to manage the amount of animals that there are. So there needs to be some culling, and especially with lions, the older ones, at some point they do let them, people pay a lot of money to shoot them, but at least that male, because, they need a new male to get for the breeding, and they know that, okay, that male is going to die if it fights and it's too old, so we need to manage it. So I get that. That's management. But those farms where they breed them just for them to be petted and to be shot afterwards by someone who just, it's really, it's just horrible. It's just horrible. Yeah, there are some places where it's legal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Management is necessary, and but that's okay. I understand. And there's also, if you want your meat, you go to a farm here and you can shoot your impala. But those animals have a good life. And then it's just. But those farms where they breed the lions to be shot and to be petted, that's a very dark. It's a horrible business. Yeah. And that's, I think, I don't know if that everything is legal, but I think there are rules that they can do it. Yeah. And people pay a lot of money for it to shoot them for fun. Well, hey, those lions are almost domesticated. They are not in the wild. Um, well, if you make, well, yeah, I'm against that. But there are situations that lions, they cannot go into the wild. You always have to be very aware. If you see videos of people making contact with lions, I don't know. I know there are some organizations that they take in animals which cannot be taken back into the wild, and sometimes they get sort of like they have their own little private reserve, and the animals are treated well, but those are an exception. But most of them, if you see those videos and they say, oh, do you want to pet a little lion cub? Please say no. Don't engage, because those lions, they have a horrible life, and they'll be killed very soon. Yeah. I have Iron Beam is my own account. I trade with Iron Beam, and I have prop firms funded next. Yeah. But yeah, so I live in KwaZulu Natal now, near the coast. But I'm originally from Hoedspruit, that's near Kruger Park. So there was a time I was in Kruger Park every weekend. I just love Kruger. It's just so beautiful. It's just amazing. I mean, I consider Kruger Park heaven on earth. I think it's one of the best places to hang out. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay, Guy. I think it's time to end the stream. I don't think there's much happening anymore. It's 15:15. We're not going to get any. There's not going to be TGIF. There's not going to be a 620 move. Why would you want to know my broker TC? But I need to start working on the last bit of the Discord. So I hope to have it done this weekend, and with the help of Eugene, I hope to get it done the latest this weekend. And then yeah, thank you, Karam, for hanging out again. I appreciate it, and thank you for your input as well. And TC, I'm looking forward to your tips of your candles and your fib settings. Looking forward to hear more of that. But yeah, the Discord will be up and running anytime soon. But I'll post it in the either in the community post or or on Monday latest in the stream. But I hope to have it. I hope to be able to post it before Monday in the stream. So yeah. What do you mean, TC? Excuse me, I don't understand. Did I miss something? I love it. Thank you. And thank you for your input again. And yeah, I love to have you guys here. And it's always good to have people with different strategies and trading setups, and we can learn from each other. Or I can learn from you because you already have, I think, more than 10 years in than I have. So, but anyway, thank you so much. Have a lovely weekend. And if we have the Discord set up, we'll see you there maybe. You never know. So anyway, have a lovely weekend. Sleep well, and I'll catch you guys next week or in the weekend. And I forgot my train. I'm so tired that I don't even know what I wanted to say. But I wanted to say something, but now I forgot it. I really forgot it. I have to leave it at here because my brain is not working anymore. And I'll see you soon again, guys. And thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you. Ciao, ciao.